And now my last card, but this is gonna be the longest one. So let's have fun. The last card is the Armory. Discover a fancy new hero power. So discover is a new mechanic that we have now. Discover is... it doesn't say it. So you have 3 choices, and you choose one. And it's basically like a tracking, but for its effect. So discover a fancy new hero power. I made some new fancy hero powers for every class. So let's talk about them. So this is for Druid. So there was one guy that got legend recently. He was playing Discover Druid with Raven Idol, Discover Minion, Discover Spell, with Tomb Spider, Jeweled Scarab, maybe even Rafam, Jeweled Scarab, Tomb Spider, maybe Rafam, like I said. Well, this would allow you to every turn just pay 2 mana to discover a card. That's really cool. You just discover a card from the entire pool from Druid's cards, right? So it could be... just have a lot of choice every turn. I think it could be very good for control type of Druid or Tempo. Not sure, because if they nerf combo, they'll need an effect like this one. They'll need something like that. Second one, it doesn't allow me to switch. Yes, give +1/+1. Alright, so this one is Discovery. The name is Orin. Mark of the Standard. Alright, so this one I just had fun because there's this card, Mark of the Wild. It's basically the same. I mean, you see the face of the guy. It's really the same from the card. But with the new upcoming changes, there will be a standard mode, and a wild mode. So that's why I created Mark of the Standard. This is actually pretty dumb. So it's basically like Mark of the Wild, but instead of being +2/+2, it's just +1/+1 and taunt. And they expect it every turn. So it's pretty straightforward. And for every class, I created two targetable hero powers and 1 passive one. 2 targetable, 1 passive. So the passive hero power for Druid, so this one costs no mana because it's just passive. Your mana pool is capped at 12. So basically when you play the Armory, you discover a fancy new hero power, you're a Druid, you choose between discovering a card every turn, giving +1/+1, or having your mana pool to 12. Why I called it Rampage? Well, it's just a pun, right? It's ramp for Ramp Druid, and it's the age of ramp, and it's a rampage. So your mana pool is capped at 12. This could allow some really cool plays. Could even allow you to replay your... What if you play Alexstrasza? Maybe not this one. Alexstrasza, you set a hero's remaining health to 15. But the hunter you're playing against has a pesky, maybe not free, but just he has a pesky freezing trap. So now your Alexstrasza costs 11 mana to play it again. But with your mana capped at 12, you could just play it. This could also allow you to play like Molten Giants for, well, if you lost 8 HP and you really don't mind losing a turn for an 8/8, well, you could just play it for 12. You could play like Clockwork Giant for 12 even if the opponent doesn't have any card in his hand, or you could just play like Torsen and Sylvanus for the same turn. More so, you could play some really good stuff like Aviana for 9. Then you play 3 minions, since they all cost 1. That's insane. That's really good value. Maybe it's too strong. I like it. I like this hero power. I think it could allow some crazy stuff. Next up is for Hunter. Put a copy of the last spell you played this turn into your hand. So basically you could play like Hunter's Mark. You just hero power and then you have another Hunter's Mark in hand. If you have like a garrison commander, you could just gain it twice. I mean if you play it twice. It could also be good in lock and load decks. You play a lock and load card, you put a copy of lock and load, you play it again, and then you gain a lot of value. So that's why I wanted to create this type of card. I wanted it to be more for spell hunters. So maybe even push a little forward control hunter type of decks. Next up we have Suit Up. Give a friendly beast +2 attack and immune this turn. Alright, so since Blizzard has been pushing the immune thing, I just wanted to make it, to maybe make it work like that. So if you could just do that every turn, give a friendly beast +2 attack and immune this turn. Not sure if it's the same effect for this one. No, this one is just immune. Well, you could have like 7 high main that doesn't die unless the opponent decides to deal with it on his turn. So for 2 mana you could just trade the 7 high main into Doctor Boom and it still survives. I mean the 7 high main, not the Doctor Boom, you know. So I think this could be a neat hero power. Too strong? I don't know. Not strong enough? I don't know either. I really need... If only I could playtest these type of cards. Next we have the passive hero power, since I made two targetable and one passive for every class. So passive, your beasts have +1/+1. That's pretty straightforward. That's basically like Timberwolf, but for both stats. So you could even compare it to Mistcaller, give all minions in your hand and deck +1/+1, but it's only for the beasts. But it could even be beasts gained from death rattles, like 7 high main. This one would be a 7/6 with 2 3/3 beasts. I think it could be good. So this one would become a 3/6 with charge. That's basically like a Fen creeper, 3/6, but instead of having taunt, it's charge. Not sure which one of these would be played more. So same for Druid. Which one of these would be played more? Discover card. I think it's maybe the strongest one, but the mana pool capped at 12. It could really enable a ramp Druid kind of play. So it's either this one. Alright, the taunt, I don't think it's the best one. But since you give taunt to a minion, you could play the Black Knight, since you can target an enemy minion with this hero power. Could be good, right? It's a good combo, 8 mana, destroy a minion, gain 4/5 on the board. I don't know. Mage. I see you. Alright, this is the worst pun ever. I didn't have any idea what to call it. So I see you, you just freeze a minion. I didn't want you to be able to freeze face. Not freeze a character. I just wanted you to be able to freeze a minion because freezing the face is not fair. I mean, there are weapon classes out there. It's just not fair to always freeze their face. The guy has the Doom Hammer, he just wants to deal 10 or 16 damage to your face with his Rock Biters. Don't freeze his face, man. That's not cool. So let's just freeze minion. You could always spam freeze a minion every turn if you want. Like the guy has his Doctor Boo on the board, you just pay mana, 2 mana every turn to freeze it instead of just playing big game Hunter for 3 mana. yeah, it seems decent. I see you. It doesn't seem broken. It doesn't seem underpowered. I think it's decent. Arcane Thingy. Alright, I didn't have any inspiration last night when I tried to come up with these names. So it's just Arcane Thingy. It could be arcane anything, just I don't know. Deal 1 damage. This hero power is affected by spell damage. It has obvious synergy with, well, with spell damage card, no shit. Well, I was gonna say with the Tolerant Aspirant, since whenever you use your hero power, you gain spell damage +1. This hero power is affected by spell damage, but this one is probably never gonna stick in the board. It has synergy with, well, if you have a minion with spell damage on the board, it has better synergy with Caldera Drake. So spell damage, it has also obvious synergy with one card that I love, Ancient Mage. Gilgits and minions, spell damage +1. It has synergy with Maligos, that's the most. So that's 5 spell damage. So it's a hero power for 6 damage. And I don't think I made it only for a minion, right? No, it's for anything. Next up. Focus. Passive hero power, spell damage +1. That's it. It's just every one of your spells are spell damage +1. You can't ping anything. Alright, this seems really broken in, you know, Freeze Mage. Well, actually I'm just gonna show Laughing's deck list. Laughing's deck list, not deck list. So it has obvious synergy with Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Fireball, Forgotten Torch, and everything. Just Freeze Mage, right? You play this Focus because of the armory, and then you win the game. Sometimes, just because of the spell damage, you can OTK the opponent. OTK stands for 1 turn kill. It depends if Freeze Mage gets nerfed. Right, if Frost Nova costs more, people don't play Freeze Mage anymore, it's too slow, I don't know. Maybe this could be bad, I don't know, this card will probably never exist. I'm just saying stuff, right? Paladin hero powers. So Paladin, I didn't have any inspiration, so I just took a card that already exists and made it into a hero power. So the card is Hand of Protection. So give a minion Divine Shield, it's the same wording, it's the same name, it's 2 mana instead of 1, so every turn you just give a minion Divine Shield. That could be strong. That could be very strong. Next, Murloc Master. Well, I just made... So I basically took Murloc Knight, right, since they want to push Murloc Paladin, and I made it into a hero power. That's it. So summon a random Murloc, Inspire, so you could have more synergy by playing Murloc Knight and hero powering. Not sure how it would work if you Murloc Master, it's summon a random Murlocs, and it's a Murloc Knight. Will the Inspire of the Murloc Knight trigger to give you another one? Next one is Healadin. Well, Healadin is... So that's basically a deck, a kind of Paladin that just uses heal. Well, yeah, you use like Seal of Light, Holy Light, True Silver Champion, everything that heals basically in the deck. Tuskar Joster, maybe even Anti-Killbot, maybe like Straza, maybe Reno Jackson now. So you just try to heal the most you can. And well, this new hero power that I made just does exactly this. At the end of your turn, restore 5 health to your hero. So that's basically like one of the best cards to stall. You just have this hero power every turn. You heal 5 to your hero, that's a huge amount of health. Every turn, that's 1/6 of your health. But you know how it works, it's pretty much straightforward. You don't have to have a Murloc deck, you don't It's not to let your big minion live. It's really just health. Every turn. It's the passive one of this guy. That's it for Paladin. Now comes Priest. I'll take that. I'll take that. I like this hero power. So this is basically like a kind of mind vision. Put a copy of a random card in your opponent's hand into your hand, or even Thought Steal. You copy the card from your opponent's deck and put them into your hand. The only catch is you reveal it, right? So you have a copy of a random card from your opponent's deck. Like sometimes you just get a crazy card. Right? You could get like a card like Confessor Peltress from his deck. Even Mind Control, I'm not sure anyone runs that. Maybe Entomb. You just choose an enemy minion, shuffle it into your deck. Could even be something like Mal'Ganis. But now they will expect the card since you show them what it is. It's like playing Mind Vision when the guy has only one card in hand. So even if it's really a good effect, it's random. So that's what people don't like. You don't have your Priest hero power anymore. So every synergy with your hero power, like Northshire Cleric and such, will be gone. And that's actually a huge deal for Priest. The hero power is really strong, so now they will have to be running like cards like Lightwell to survive. But it's a really good effect, right? Even if you show them the card, it's still a lot of value. It's like drawing a card that's not from your deck. That's cool. Next we have... Alright, so I thought about this. It's not gonna be good, but it's just fun. So you know the card Confuse, swap the attack and health of all minions? Well, I made something like that. Confusion, swap the attack and health of your minions. Instead of being all minions, it's only yours. So whenever you just want to do this, you just buff the health of a minion, you switch his attack and health, or you play like a minion with a lot of health, like Deathlord, that will be gone when Naxxramas will be gone as well. So that could be a nice burst with this hero power. But the fact that the opponent knows your hero power, and the fact that you don't have any healing now, healing for a creature since this is your hero power, makes it hard to do stuff with this, to create a good deck with it. I guess it's a kind of fun hero power, right? It's a fancy new hero power, right? It's fancy. So if it's fancy, it doesn't have to be good. I mean, this one is really good, but this one, maybe it's good. Now the passive one. Passive hero power, your minions have +2 health. So that's basically... This Northshire Cleric spawns with... He's a 1/5. This one is a 2/3 or a 2/5. Every card just has more health. Not sure about Vol'jin. Is it gonna give +2 health to another minion? So this one is a 5/6. So that's better for minions against a light bomb. If you play a light bomb, most of the time your minions will survive. Sadly, again, you don't have your Priest hero power. So even if it has really good synergy with your Priest hero power, well, your Priest hero power is gone. So I guess this card is balanced, right? Well, this hero power is balanced. A card that I should make and that I didn't think of until right now is a card that allows you to revert your hero power to the basic one. That could be cool, right? You have your health aura, and then sometime you're just like, well, I'd like to have my priest hero power back. You play the other card. Next we have rogue. So rogue. So rogue is known for having bad hero power. I mean, you just gain a lot of damage when you equip the 1/2 dagger to clear some minions. That's basically why this Reno rogue deck that I made has Sir Finley Murgleton to try to find a new hero power, and even Sideshow Spell Leader to try to have your opponent's hero power. Since you're never gonna play against rogues, it's mostly gonna be better. So, well, what I made for rogue is Silent Kill. So equip a 1/2 hidden dagger. Well, it's hidden, so they can't see, right? So it has, your hero is immune while attacking. Only this dagger. So if you equip an Assassin's Blade, you're not going to be immune. It's just with this dagger. Then this is a common idea, right? Everybody wants rogue to be immune while attacking. That's what Justicar should have been. Next up, sorry, poisoning. Equip a 1/3 poison blade. I think it's 1/3. I hope I didn't mess up. I don't have the card, so it's poison blade. You know the card. You know it's the worst card in the entire game, I guess. Your hero power gives this weapon +1 attack instead of replacing it. But when it becomes a hero power, this is really good, right? Your hero power becomes equip a 1/3 poison blade. Then, well, every time, well, it's not really good, but every time you use your hero power, if you already have your poison blade, it's just gonna give it +1 attack. So your hero power, basically, instead of having a 1/2 dagger, it's a 1/3 dagger that grows, like the unnerfed rogue hero power, I think. Not sure how it worked. I wasn't playing in beta, but yeah, I think that's actually a way to make poison blade work. It's basically like Light's Justice was basically never played until, wait, not Sword of Justice, until Master of Battle appeared. We equipped a 1/4 weapon, and that's basically the Light's Justice. Now it's good because of the effect, because it only costs 2, and you don't have to pay a card from your deck. You don't have to play a 4-mana Poison Blade into your deck. You just have to play an Armory, or maybe even 2. Next, Miracle-y. So that's what Miracle Rogue used to be called. So the first spell you play each turn costs 2 less. That's strong. Maybe it should have been 1 less. And obviously, like the card suggests, it's really good with Gadgets and Auctioneer. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. This is why I called it Miracle-y. It could bring Miracle back, and maybe that's not a good thing. It's hard to make hero powers balanced and fit the class. Maybe these 3 are the worst one, or maybe they actually are the best one. I don't know. Next class is Shaman. This is going fast. Well, fast. Relatively fast. Shaman. So first one is basically a lightning bolt, right? So it's gonna be called Praise the Overload. I like the name. So deal 3 damage, overload 1, that's basically the same. Yeah. It's pretty much straightforward. It's gonna have synergy with your overload card. Well, this one is typed whenever you play a card with overload, so I'm not sure. But I'd like it to work with all the overload synergy cards. It could actually be pretty strong. So that's basically a 3 mana, 3 damage hero power. That's good. Close Sight. Alright, this is Far Sight. Alright, so you guys know the Far Sight. Draw a card, that card costs 3 less, so that's basically a cycle. Well, Close Sight, you draw a card, it costs 1 less. You're happy. This could be good in a Maligos type of deck, where you have a lot of spell, and you want them to cost less. To could be good with Mist Caller for 5 mana, I guess. I don't know, it's just a card draw. I mean, Shaman are known to be lacking card draw. Next. Alright, this was the worst song I ever did. So, passive hero power, your Murlocs have charge. I can't pronounce the card. So, your Murlocs have charge, so we know they've been pushing the Murloc, and Murloc. The Murloc Shaman, basically. So this makes all your Murlocs have charge. I think that's pretty good. It's good in the Murloc deck, so you could just create a Murloc deck, play Armory in it, discover this fence in your hero power, every one of your Murloc has charge. That's good. This is something that people don't like, charge minions. Especially with a card that this class has. Well, 2 cards actually. There's the Everything is Awesome. It can have a lot of value the turn you play it, and even Bloodlust. Just play some Murlocs with charge, Bloodlust, GG. Now Warlock. Warlock. What do we like about Warlock? We like the demons. Deal 2 damage to a demon. Even the new Demon Fuse, the bad card, nobody plays. So give a demon stuff, right? When a demon dies, give all your demons +2/+2. So what I made is basically demons kind cards. So we have give a demon +2/+2. Again, I thought about another mechanic that we have in this class is the discard random cards. So give a demon +2/+2. If you discarded a card this turn, give it +3/+3 instead. Maybe it's decent enough. Maybe it should be give it +1/+1 also for each discarded card this turn. I think it's decent as it is right now. So every turn you can give a demon +2/+2. This allows you to make some cool demon decks, maybe with this card synergy, with Mistress of Pain. You play Doomguard. It is a 8/10 Doomguard with this hero power for 7 mana. Undying. This is actually really funny, because this is basically the complete opposite of your Warlock's hero power, but with random effect. So Undying, it's a really fun card. Maybe it's strong also in fatigue matchups, I don't know. So put a random card into your deck, restore 2 health to your hero. So that's basically the complete opposite. Instead of drawing a card and losing 2 health, you gain 2 health and you put a card into your deck. I like this effect, but it's a random card from the entire game, from the entire pool. It could be a druid card, could be an innervate. I mean, you're in top decking mode, you cannot draw cards anymore because you have this Undying, and then you draw an innervate for no reason. And you're like, damn, this could have been way better. You could even draw something like Deadly Poison and be really sad. You could draw something like Ysera. You could draw an Angry Chicken. That's actually really good. It has synergy with Elise as well. You could give more cards into your deck and then transform them into legendaries. So the Undying is a gamble, right? You heal, you put more cards into your deck. Some of them could be really strong, some of them could be really bad. Same for Elise. Next. Instead of your beasts have +1/+1, it's your demons have +1/+1. The last hero we have Warrior. So some things that I saw with the recent expansion and I kind of like, well, one of the recent expansion is give your weapon +1 attack. What if it could become your hero power? Just give your weapon +1 attack. The sharpening. So you sharpen a weapon. It has +1 attack. That's it. You know how it works. Next. Shield up. Well, we've seen a lot of taunt synergy right now. So Fierce Monkey, Bolster, even King's Defender if you have a minion with taunt, gain +1. Bolster, give your taunt minions +2/+2. So this one is, you just trigger it and all your taunt minions have +1/+1. I don't know. So this is for the taunt kind of play. And then last but not least, War Song. Alright, this is an obvious wink to the War Song nerf. So your charge minions have +1/+1. So it's basically like War Song Commander, your charge minions have +1 attack. So it's just a War Song, a hymn, I guess you could call it. So all your charge minions are stronger. This is good in aggro. So now you're thinking about what happens if you have Jiraxxus. You destroy your hero, replace it with Jiraxxus, and then you discover Fence in your hero power. What is it gonna be? Well, if you're Jiraxxus, it's just gonna be one of these. It's just gonna be pretty... I mean, why would you replace your hero power as Jiraxxus? Alright. But what happens if... Oh, I should have just... Right. With Majordomo Executus, replace your hero with Ragnaros the Firelord. Well, this one... Is it gonna be like your regular hero powers? Well, actually, I had some fun creating new ones. I don't have the template for Ragnaros, so it's gonna be the same template as Warrior. So no need to be hasty. Deal 5 damage. So basically no need to be hasty. You don't have to be fast and deal 8 damage every turn to a random enemy. You can just deal 5 damage and choose which one. Choose. You can choose. That's good. In Mage deck, the Domo or we go Homo deck, this could be actually pretty good. You deal 5 damage repeatedly with Cold Drake to his face. That's cool. Next, we have deal 8 damage to a random enemy and gain 4 armor. So it's basically the same, but you gain 4 armor. So since health is an issue for Majordomo, with Armory you can just have this cool hero power. And since Armory costs 3, you could just hero power first for 8 damage to a random enemy, play Armory, hero power again for 8 damage, gain 4 armor. That's really cool. I didn't think about it until now. It's true that you can use your hero power twice, and that's good for Inspire cards. I like Armory. And then next, well, this is gonna be the last one. You know it's gonna be a passive. So the last one is take half damage rounded up at the end of your turn, deal 6 damage to a random enemy. So that's basically, well, like regular Ragnaros, it's at the end of your turn. It deals 6 damage because I didn't want it to be too strong, like 8 damage. Since your hero power is good, and it's the fire armor. So you're, I don't know the lore or anything, but I mean you're Ragnaros. You're you have freaking fire around you. It can shield you from attacks, I guess. So half damage rounded up. So if they do like 3 damage, it's gonna be 3 divided by 2. It's gonna be 1.5. It's gonna be 2 damage. If they deal 1 damage, it's still gonna be 1. If they deal 2, it's gonna be 1. If they deal 4, it's gonna be 2. It's basically like this mage card, this new mage card, animated armory. Your hero power can only take 1 damage at a time. It has some flavor like this one, I think. I like it. I'd like to see what you guys have in mind. Thank you guys for watching this cool video that I made. Well, I guess it was cool, maybe it wasn't. Tell me about it in the description. In the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Twitch, maybe. Rate this video, I guess. And see you next time.